Republicans have very openly said, especially under Trump, we're pro-business and we're with these people. Democrats say they're on the side of the people, but then a lot of the time their actions don't seem to match up. It seems like
Trevor, let's not be naive. No. I don't think anyone in America believes that Democrats are on the side of working class people. I mean, there's some rhetoric occasionally, but most working people don't know it. And in fact, the dynamics of American politics is over the last 40 or 50 years, the Democratic Party, which once was the party of the American working class, is now, a corporate party, which has done, in fairness, and I always say this, we have made significant advances in civil rights, in women's rights, in gay rights, and at least in environmental consciousness. Democrats deserve a lot of credit for that. But in terms of representing the needs of the working class, if they represented the needs of the working class, you would not have this massive income and wealth inequality.
Let's just be honest for 1 second. Democrats love to campaign like they are storming the Bastille. They speak like every corporate CEO is one bad day away from being guillotined in Times Square. Yet somehow, the billionaires keep getting richer and workers keep checking their bank accounts like it's a horror movie jump scare. Here's the paradox. The Democratic Party has been the guardian of almost every civil advancement in modern American history. Voting rights, reproductive freedom, LGBTQ equality, environmental protections. They are basically the reason half of America isn't legally classified as second-class citizen with restricted bathroom access. Still, wages have barely moved since Blockbuster was alive. So in America, you can marry the love of your life, you just can't afford to live with them. We have human rights, just not human prosperity. Funny how that works. Republicans proudly declare, we're pro-business, we're here for the wealthy elite. They don't even pretend otherwise. They treat corporations like bald eagles, majestic creatures that must be protected at any cost, even if they poop on everyone below them. Democrats, meanwhile, stand at rallies shouting, we're the party of the people. Then they quietly hand Wall Street a warm foot rub and a tax loophole shaped like Jeff Bezos' spaceship. Let's talk about who keeps Democrats alive at the ballot box. Minorities, women, LGBTQ plus voters, working class people, the folks with the least power and the most on the line. These groups vote Democrat because Republicans openly want to drag society back to a time when the only minorities allowed to vote were corporate PACs. They vote Democrat because they want their families protected from discrimination, deportation, or forced birth. They vote Democrat because they want to exist without a culture war bounty hunter following them into Target. Democrats have genuinely delivered on a lot of that. That matters. Without Democrats, Black Americans would face even more open voter suppression. Women's autonomy would be a deleted scene from The Handmaid's Tale. LGBTQ plus existence would be considered a zoning violation. Anyone different would still be not welcome here. So people vote for the party that keeps them human. Fair enough. But here's the burning middle class question. Why does the party that protects your rights forget to protect your wallet? Why do Democrats show up to every social justice battle with the Avengers, yet show up to every wage negotiation with the cast of The Bachelor? If Democrats truly represented the working class, we wouldn't have 60% of Americans living paycheck to paycheck, teachers needing GoFundMe pages for classroom supplies, billionaires using outer space as a tax shelter, a minimum wage that is basically a dare to stay alive. It shouldn't be controversial to say that a party that claims to serve workers should maybe act like it. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Democrats talk like FDR and govern like JP Morgan Chase. So yes, thank you, Democrats, for protecting our right to vote. Thank you for protecting our right to love. Thank you for protecting our right to exist. Now protect our right to exist without being broke. Because here's the thing. The Democratic Party keeps winning votes from the very groups most crushed by this economy. Black and brown Americans, women, LGBTQ plus folks, the people who do the jobs that keep the country alive. The people who make your coffee, teach your children, fix your power lines, care for the elderly, and scrub the toilets after a billionaire's charity gala. These voters are not asking for yachts. They are asking for groceries. They are asking for a paycheck that lasts longer than the Wi-Fi bill. They are asking for an economy where thriving does not require divine intervention. Every election, Democrats say they understand. They talk about growing up poor, struggling through college, working the late shift. Then they get elected, and you would think they suddenly discovered that money is comfier in a hedge fund than in a single mother's paycheck. This is a party that says the working class is the backbone of democracy while letting that backbone develop scoliosis. You want to fix inequality? Then stop letting the ultra-rich treat taxes like a suggestion. Stop letting corporations pay workers pennies while CEOs use their private jet to fly to the bathroom. Stop pretending that a wage that does not cover rent is somehow patriotic. We are living in a country where the top 1% has more wealth than the entire middle class. That is not a healthy democracy. That is a medieval reenactment with better iPhones. Republicans want to take us back to the 1950s socially. Democrats seem content to keep us there economically. Here is the political joke of the century. Democrats could change their entire reputation in one move. Raise wages, actually take on corporate power, do one big Roosevelt-level thing. Then they could walk into every working-class neighborhood in the country and say, "See this money in your wallet? That was us. Vote accordingly." Instead, we get an annual speech about how the middle class is the engine of America, while that engine is wheezing like a lawnmower with a brick in it. The irony is painful. Democrats tell marginalized groups that they are the future of the nation, yet those same groups often feel like they cannot afford the present. So here is my free messaging strategy for the party. Talk less about how much you care. Show it. Talk less about billionaires needing to pay a little bit more. Make them. Talk less about the dignity of work. Give workers dignified wages. Because right now it feels like Democrats are the therapists of politics. Good at listening, great at validation, terrible at sending the invoice to the people actually causing the stress. The base is loyal. The base is tired. The base knows their civil rights are safer with Democrats. Now imagine if their paychecks were too.